Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wingcat Sports, and different video than usual. But throughout the past few weeks, we did hit 100 subscribers, which is technically the first milestone of when you're building, where people usually talk about. And honestly, I'm very grateful to get to that point, uh, because it's been 2 years, slow growth. Obviously, I don't expect much to come with this. It's kind of just a place for me to get my opinions out, do something with my dad, my uncle every now and then, but it is a very slow progress of growth. And I know over time more people will subscribe, people will go. It's how it goes. It's how it's been for the past 2 years of doing this. You usually get a couple that show up, a couple leave. So let's see if even by the time this even makes even a couple more weeks before we drop below 100 again. But we've been at 100 for about 3 weeks now. I've been meaning to make this video closer to when it happened, but I've been kind of busy as a kind of life update along with this video. There's just been a lot going on between work, doctor's appointments, stuff like that. Haven't really been able to focus as much on the video side of things. Plus, it's a slow season, which really kind of sucks because really the only thing to talk about right now is the Tigers. Yeah, you got the Lions, but when I'm only doing a rumor video maybe once a week, not a lot seems to happen. Especially right now, it's kind of slow. The Lions are good, so not really doing a lot of stuff. We're like, oh, sure, right now we're talking about Trey Hendrickson, but really there's no oomph behind that. And I don't want to make just a video on one thing because I'm going to make a video on one thing and then two other things happen and I don't talk about that for a week. So I usually try to save some stuff to kind of bundle them all up in a video to talk about. And it's the same thing. Like usually, I like to talk about the NHL playoffs. I didn't get time to really get ahead on that one. Probably try to talk about the Stanley Cup if I can get a video out before that starts. But talk about the finals if I can. But we'll probably see what ends up happening there. But it's just life's been busy. Haven't been able to do this as much. Haven't been able to focus as much on it. Very very soon we're going to be having the house itself under construction. So I might be even slowing down for a few weeks while that's happening, and then we'll have a fully new area where I'm actually going to be doing these videos. You'll not be in my bedroom anymore. We're going to actually be sitting in an area where I'm kind of going to try to focus a little bit more in the aspect of the video realm, more than my bedroom that I share with me and my girlfriend. Um, but there's a lot going on. Again, I'm very grateful for the slow and ever so growth of this channel. It kind of also probably helps that yes, the teams are doing good. Besides, the Red Wings struggling here and there, but the Tigers are hot. Lions are playing well. We even talked about the Pistons because they were started doing real well and made the playoffs. And obviously, as stuff pops up that I feel is worthy of for me and my dad, or just me to talk about, I will 100% do that. It's just the time that I have. College sports is really difficult for me and my dad to talk about because we don't really have the time to focus on college. I work most days when college is going on. Um, so I don't really get the focus. I'm overnight. I'm sleeping either most of the day or I'm at work. So college doesn't really work well for me to pay attention to as well as like the NFL because I'm not working on Sundays. So I can focus on the Lions a lot easier than I can on uh, Michigan and Michigan State. Though I do plan on still making the post game and pre game videos for Michigan State this year because I have high hopes that they'll both be at least somewhat decent and it's still something to talk about, something to keep rolling. The football season is the busiest time for really us because there's so much more to talk about. Look, in the slow season, I don't expect much to come out for the next couple of months. Maybe once we get into the off season stuff for the Lions, through training camp and stuff, more stuff will come out there, and then obviously within the next month or so, we're going to have the NHL draft and NHL for free agency start, so we can get the Red Wings going in the conversation. And obviously, I got the whole summer for the Tigers. Um, and usually that's a weekly thing with the Tigers. If anything happens throughout the week, unless something big happens midweek, I'm only talking about the Tigers once a week. So don't have all the time in the world, but for the most part, we are working towards even bigger goals. Hopefully, grow the community, get more people subscribed. Obviously, I don't think it's going to probably be at the same pace that it's been, right? A few people here, a few people there, but don't be afraid to share the channel around. I completely will respond to anybody in these comments. Grateful for anyone who wants to have a conversation, good or bad. I am growing. I'm learning stuff still at this thing. If I'm doing something wrong in a video or something seems weird, good to know. Say it in the comments. I would like to very much figure stuff out, how to make stuff better, what I'm doing wrong, what is going well. It's just a push, right? Keep on going, get the motivation, keep on doing this on a weekly basis, and just push the videos out. We're gonna have moments where I'm not going to be as active. I still try to get at least a timely Tiger video before the week starts. Sometimes, like yesterday, I don't get it out till about an hour before. I think the week before, I got it same like the next day, and I missed one game. It happens. I don't have all the time in the world. I'm trying to balance a life all over the place right now, but it's still the push. I still am going to do my best to be consistent with what's going on in the sports world around mostly still Detroit sports. But obviously, if there's other stuff I want to talk about, I will 100% talk about. If it's NFL in whole, if it's MLB in whole, if it's NHL in whole, really sports in whole. If something pops up that I feel is worthy of talking about, I have no problem talking about it, and I'll figure it out. But for the most part, we're sticking to the Detroit area until something really interesting pops up. But maybe we'll grow eventually into other things. But yes, again, grateful for the 100 subscribers. I hope to keep on growing. Hopefully, we can grow faster. Get the next goal obviously is going to be 200, but I'll set 1,000. Right, get the 100. Now we'll go add a zero, go to 1,000. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen for a little bit. But hey, if we grow fast. That's fantastic. Do not be afraid to talk to me in the comments. Again, that helps the growth too. On top of the fact that I will answer when I can. I do see most of the comments. And I will do my best to grow with that and try to be better about that too with responding. Usually it's me. My dad doesn't really get the opportunity to see much of that. Sometimes I do hand him the phone, and he does get to respond to some comments too. So I mean, if you want him to respond to something, you can kind of direct it to him, and I will 100% have him see it, have him respond to it. He might even respond to it on his own channel, that he doesn't obviously post stuff to, but his own YouTube stuff. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on. We'll see. I think. Oh, I thought Trace Wing almost hit a home run right there while I was doing this. But we'll see what goes on as the channel grows, as we have a future. I'm trying to be active on other social medias too, like Twitter, Instagram. I'm on both of those. I don't really post much on Instagram. I try to do a little bit more on Twitter, but I haven't done it in a while. I get going for a little bit. I'll post like 10 things in the span of a week, and then I'll be dormant for like a month and a half. But we'll try to be more active on the other socials as well, where I can just get to talk to everybody who's following, who wants to be interactive. I get it. It's social media is a weird thing, but I'm trying to try my best to be more out there, more involved with the growth instead of just letting what happens. Try to be pushing it a little bit more once I get the time. Probably once the construction's done. Construction's probably not happening until near the end of the month, beginning of June, and probably about a month after that, it'll be done, and we'll be in a completely new space for this to be taken care of. Look a little bit nicer again than the bedroom we're sitting in. We probably gonna look a little bit more bland, but a little bit more basic instead of all the stuff. The character, I guess, behind me will be gone, but it'll be fine. We'll work at building and getting more higher quality videos out. Maybe a little bit different conversations when I can. Probably once I get into the new space, I'll also have a higher opportunity of talking about more stuff. Maybe I'll break down Tiger series more than the whole week. We shall see. We shall see what happens as the future. The future is wide open, and we'll see where we go. But again, thank you for the 100. Keep on growing, keep on pushing, and we'll work towards it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos around, comment on them, let me know what's going on. Until next time, see everybody. Zoom.